Okay, just got done driving this thing around a little bit. As you might be able to see, it's still smoking. But what I have a suspicion is that this isn't not actually leaking fuel. So even though it's wet down there, I don't think it's actually leaking fuel, because I'm actually finding a small drip on that's going back down here and all the way down to the ground. And when I look at it, I'm like, that looks a lot like oil. And then when I took a paper towel right here, and as you can see, it's not the color of fuel. It's like a caramel color, because I just did an oil change, and this oil change has maybe 20 miles on it. So as you can see, it's a very caramel color, and it does not smell like fuel. So what I think is this is actually an oil leak, not a fuel leak. And this thing's holding like constant pressure, as it should. And I just drove this thing around for probably 35, 40 minutes. And the fuels were like dead on the tune, and it never did anything wonky at all. But when I wipe this down, it seems as though what it is actually, it might be oil. So I think right in here, as you can see where my finger's pointing, when I had a look, it looks like I might have pinched the valve cover gasket. So what's happening is it's actually, the cam is like pretty much right here. It's like the cam is right here. So it's actually flinging fuel. It's spinning like this. It's actually flinging fuel up onto the, onto the gasket. The gas is supposed to keep the oil in here, but obviously I believe I pinched it, because you can partially see, let's see. Yeah, you can see the gasket right there on the right side. Yeah, right here. But it looks like in here, it might have been folded over. And obviously you can see it's all wet down there. So what I believe is that it's actually an oil leak. So what I'm going to do is I actually have another gasket for this side, I believe. So I'm gonna probably take this off this valve cover off tomorrow, and see if and change the gasket and get it sorted out. But yeah, I believe it's actually leaking oil. And I do check the oil pretty often on this, but every time I check it, it seems pretty full, but it seems like it's not losing a huge amount. But as you can see, like, this is caramel colored. So this fuel is not, this oil is not dirty yet. I know it looks dirty in here. That's because some of the engine's a little dirty. But as you can see, like, it's really caramel colored. So it's not fuel. It doesn't stink. It does not smell like fuel at all. So I'm thinking this is actually oil leaking from this valve cover right here, right behind the throttle body, pretty much right above that nut right there. And I don't think just tightening it down is going to do anything, because like these are tight. So I don't think tightening it down is going to do anything. I think the gasket, I might have actually pinched it when I put it back on. It looks like this gasket, people have said that this side is supposed to be easier. I don't know if this side's actually easier. I've done the driver's side, but this side, it first looks easy, but then I realize, there's AC lines and shit right in the fucking way right down here. Of course, my fuel lines, I can just move these out of the way. It's no big deal, but yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to be. It doesn't look too bad. At least the other side, I had to really wiggle it out of there. It looks like there's a lot more room on this side, other than like right back here where the AC stuff is. But yeah, probably next day or two, I'm gonna pull this off, look at the gasket, but I'm pretty sure like it's gonna be pinched right up there, and that's where the leak is coming from. All right, see you guys. Okay, here we go. Quick update. So remember when I said I think it's an oil leak? So this is what I did. I just slathered RTV all over here. I know this is not the way to fix it. If this does fix it, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to pull this valve cover off and swap the gasket. I believe I have another gasket somewhere. Let me remove this and put this right there. Okay. So yeah, this is just a temporary fix to prove my theory, right or wrong, of that. Oh yeah, it is or isn't the valve cover gasket leaking oil, because it doesn't smell like fuel at all. And when I wipe some of the fluid up with a towel, it definitely was like caramel colored, which means it's most likely oil. So yeah, I'm just doing this right now just to prove this theory right or wrong, as if it's oil or not. If it is oil, then what we'll do is I will pull this off probably tomorrow, and see, and the valve cover off tomorrow. I'm going to take this and drive it around after this cures for 24 hours. I want to give it the best chance to see if it's not leaking anymore. after just gooping RTV all over the goddamn place. Like I seriously just smothered this thing in RTV just to see if this would stop it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if this solves the issue. If it does, then I'm just gonna replace the valve cover gasket because I obviously pinched it and I don't want to use a used gasket. If I pinched it and destroyed it on accident when I was trying to put this on. I thought I'd put it on right when I rebuilt the motor, but I guess I might not have since it's most likely leaking oil. I did it with the motor out, but you know, shit happens. That's just how it is. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, there's loads of RTV down there. I just slathered it all over there where I can't see the gasket. So yeah, I'm gonna see if this fixes our problem tomorrow, and then I'll get back to you guys.